What does it say on the board, Sam? You might have to lift up the...
The light got in the way.
Yeah.
I know.
I sat in my locker.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Hi, Azzy. You okay?
Yep.
You sure? You got time.
Thank you to those of you who have started to do now. Hey, what to do now?
Do now is put your partner on the list first, the vocab foldable, page 21,
Okay, some people weren't listening. Can you say that again into Maggie?
Who's your partner on the 6 terms, the vocab foldable, page 21 of the IS, and third reflector?
Yes.
Partner on the 6 terms in your vocab foldable. Good. Yeah, he does. Thanks for reminding me. Then prepare to plicker. Sam. You're right. Say that again. Oh, I don't know. It hasn't been announced yet. Okay. Sam. First of all, this is going to go right there, okay? I'll get you some glue, okay? As you take a seat and get started, okay, Marcus is going to help you start the do now. Can you help as you start? Thanks. Cody Royer, are you studying? You studying the words?
You know,
all right.
Tree sitting right there and me running back and forth.
Okay, Sam. So, do you remember doing this in Mr. Tonjes' class ever?
No,
Like,
I don't think it was here for that.
okay. Well, it's pretty simple. So, you're just going to glue this here. Okay, that's the first step. And then I'll be back to tell you what to do with these, all right? Alex Blakely, studying? You studying? Huh? Oh, with your imaginary partner. Hey, Alex. What's velocity? I don't know.
Okay, speed.
Yeah.
For all of these, how did you know what to write? For all these ones, like, I didn't fill them out because what were you supposed to put?
Right, because you weren't sure what kind of picture to put there. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay,
So I see
didn't-
that you tried to do it, so
Okay,
that's good.
I didn't know.
Okay, thank you, Kaden. I heard you guys on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you guys.
Okay.
It's like, hey, Kaden. All right. Uh-huh. You know where I live? Have you seen me? You've seen my ghost. They know where I live.
A lot of people.
Go get ice one day.
And you were what?
I had to go get ice one day when I was camping.
And you saw the goats? And that was the dead giveaway? Yeah. Pretty much. Okay. Yep. Instantaneous. 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 Hey guys, listen up, please. Listen up, please. You guys are going to continue studying for a couple more minutes. I'm going to come around and collect your flip books because I forgot to on Friday. So you were the lucky class who had the whole weekend to continue working on them since I forgot to get them from you on Friday. Listen please. So please get your flip book out. If you do not have your flip book today, or if it's not stapled together, I'm not going to collect like a bunch of papers. So it's got to be stapled together to be considered complete. And if you don't have it, what can you do? Fill out a missing assignment form up here. Fill out the top half of it, turn it in, and then I would like it tomorrow. Okay? If you don't have it, turn out the missing assignment form, then I would like it tomorrow. If you don't have it and you don't fill out the missing assignment form, then you're going to get points off every day that it's late. Okay? So continue studying, but please get your flip book out. All right?
Somebody took all my homework.
Sound good? You already handed yours in. Great. Good job. Wyatt, did you do yours? Do you have yours? Cody, do you have yours? Do you have yours?
No.
You obviously don't have it. Dean, do you have yours? Flip book? Okay. Thank you, Chase. Yeah. Okay, just fill out a form. Fill out a form. That's okay. Oh, you filled out a form? Good. Alex, do you have your flip book? You're filling out a form. Marcus, do you have your flip book?
I need to cut it. I lost all my homework.
Whoa. You lost all your homework?
I took it because I used to have all the whole write homework in here, and it's all gone.
Okay. One of these days, we got to figure out what
And I need
Chase
to do
just
this
did.
stuff, the missing stuff in here.
Okay.
I think you went to the bathroom.
Do either of you guys have your flip book? You're
I
filling
did
out a
mine on
form.
Friday.
You did. Okay. Flip books.
No, I forgot
Flip
I had mine,
books.
but
Okay, guys, we're going to move on from studying and take a look up here. Yep. All right, Marcus, can you read that question to everybody?
What is the average velocity of a toy car that travels 75 meters west in 25 seconds?
Okay. Do we need a reminder on what velocity is? What is velocity, Marcus?
Velocity is the speed in a given direction.
Very good. Speed in a given direction. So what is the formula for average velocity then? Somebody raise your hand. Somebody raise your hand. I know that Marcus knows. Any other awake people in here this morning? Ariana? Hold on, listen up. Listen up.
I don't know. How do you do it? Oh,
What is the formula for average speed, Ariana? You don't remember? What's the formula for average speed, Zach?
All I know is that it needs to have the direction.
Okay, formula. I'm looking for a formula. Dean.
Distance over time.
Speed equals distance over time. All right, so figure out the answer here, and I will collect your clicker responses. Anyone ready? Yeah. What is what? What does m/s mean? Meters per second. Thank you. You got it. Okay.
C. Okay, C. Okay, C.
All right, Adzi, this is why we do clickers, so you can keep it anonymous what your choice is, okay? Thanks for helping Sam there, Zach. Did I get you?
Okay,
I got you. So I need Sam, Ariana, and Wyatt. Okay, I got you. All right, let's see. Okay, first of all, the answer was, what was the answer? It was A, which most of you got. Does someone who guessed A and want to come up here and show how they?
No.
Do you want to come up and show people? No? Okay. Dean, do you mind? Nope. Oh, I understand that.
Injected the distance over time. It's 75 divided by 25. And then after you do that, the answer is 30, which is quarters. And after you find 3, you have to realize that it's meters and seconds, not miles. So it's.
And then what else you have to realize?
And you have to realize you're going west.
You have to realize you're going west. Good. So, thank you very much, Dean. Speed equals distance over time. Okay, Dean plugged these numbers into this formula, and he got 3, and the units are meters per second, not miles per hour, and because we're talking about velocity, we have to include a direction. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? No? Okay. This is what we're going to do now. Please take out your Zoom lab sheet from Friday. Looks like this. You don't have one. Okay. So here. And we're going to be on this side. So what we're doing is we're trying to figure out the average speed and velocity of a toy car. So what we did on Friday is in groups, people tried to come up with a procedure for how you could do that. And today everyone's going to finish their procedures. Everyone's going to share their procedures, each group. And then we're going to come up with like a final draft that the whole class will follow. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so first things first, I need you guys to make a few corrections on your lab sheet. So on the first page, objectives, I highlighted what you needed to add. So I should see everybody with a pen or pencil in their hand right now and adding the things I've highlighted under objectives. Azzy, where's your lab sheet? Zach, are you getting this down? Okay. Dean, where's your lab sheet? When you leave the room, you have to tell me and then sign out. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll sign out then, please. You have to add something after speed in both those places. See? You added this, Mariah? You added that stuff to the front? Okay. Okay, can I have somebody go read the objectives aloud so we can be reminded of what we're supposed to be doing in this lab? Faith, do you want to read the directions out loud?
Sure.
The objectives, rather, sorry.
Identify how to determine an objective's speed and velocity, determine lab procedures, and calculate average speed in velocity, collect and interpret data, and analyze the difference between speed and velocity.
Okay, so we are going to be determining the average speed and velocity of what in this lab? Somebody raise your hand. Marcus?
The toy car.
A toy car. Does that jog your memory from Friday? Okay, mostly? All right. So on Friday, what you did in your groups is you made in groups of 3, you discussed and wrote down a procedure to determine the average speed of your car, correct? Okay. So what we're going to do today is you're going to finish up writing your procedure with your group. You should shoot for having about 7 steps. Okay, as you guys are talking, I'm going to be handing out a rubric for this assignment so that you can see how you're going to be graded. Okay. Once you have a first draft of your procedure complete with your group, we are going to share procedures. You're going to write the procedure that you came up with on a whiteboard and present it to the class. And then we're going to come up with a final draft procedure that the whole class is going to follow, and that is going to go under the second box for procedures. Does everyone see on their lab sheet has those 2 blank boxes for procedures? As you have a question?
I don't got these.
Okay, can you use this one? Okay, there's one other correction that I need you to make to this sheet, and it's to add that to the data collection box. Okay, so once again, what we're going to do first is you're going to get back together with your groups and finish writing your procedure that you started on Friday. Shoot for about 7 steps. Someone remind everybody what constitutes a good procedure, or what makes a procedure good. Somebody raise your hand. Chase, do you remember what makes a procedure good? Do you remember what makes a procedure good? Did I remind you guys about the peanut butter and jelly lab that you did with Mrs. Hamilton last year?
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't remind us.
I didn't, but you remember? Okay. So somebody raise your hand and tell me what did you do during that, what did you do during that lab? Do you remember? Do you want to raise your hand? Okay, Marcus, tell us about that lab that you did, please.
Well, Miss Hammy, she had us write down a procedure, and she had us do it exactly how they wrote it. So if they said if they just went to put the peanut butter on the bread, Miss Hammy had us just spread peanut butter on the bag.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what happened is you were writing down procedures to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then you had to give that to another group, and they had to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich exactly as you said. Did a lot of problems happen during that?
Yeah.
I hear from like 2 people right now.
Yes.
It was messy, right? Why?
Because people didn't have this correct procedure.
Why was it messy, Dean? Can you tell us?
No one was ever specific. Like, I remember I had put peanut butter and jelly on bread still inside the bag.
Okay. So good, because no one ever said take the bread out of the bag. Okay. So you don't have to be ridiculously specific with procedures, but that was a good learning experience to tell you that. A good procedure is specific, and somebody else can do exactly what you did if you gave the procedure to them. Okay? So that's what we're going for with these procedures. So you're going to finish writing the procedure with your group. Then you're going, when you have have something that you're happy with, and I've looked it over, you're going to write it on a whiteboard. And then we're going to share and come up with a final draft. So there's a few steps here. So someone tell me what we're going to do first. Raise your hand. What are we doing first today? Nora, what are we doing first? You're finishing your procedures with your groups from Friday. Okay, then what's happening after that, Christian? After you finish, afterward, you're done with your groups. Yep, I'm going to look over your procedure, and then you're going to write it on a whiteboard. And then what are we doing, Bryce? Sharing it with the class. And then finally, what are we doing, Alex? Someone help Alex out? Faith? Testing our procedure. Yes. Or no, not testing our procedure quite yet. What are we doing after that, Mariah? After we share our procedures. We're going to then write a final draft of the procedure in that second box on the page. That second blank area on the page for procedure. Okay? All right. So first of all, can I have all group 1 people come over here? Group 1, you're here. I hope people remember the groups they're in. Group 1's here. Group 2 is back where Miss Robin is. So I'll figure out where Sam's going to go, okay? Group 3, you're right here. Yeah, I'll figure out a place for you to go, Sam, okay? Group 3, you're over here. Group 4, you're back by Ashley. Group 5, you're by Marcus. And group 6, you're by Mariah and Kaden. I'll see how everything distributes. If there's a group with only 2, I'll stick you in it, okay? What group are you in, Ezzy? You're in their group? Okay, sign out and you go to the bathroom. Can you join Ariana and Bryce's group, Sam? Okay. Ariana and Bryce, Sam's going to join your group. Could you catch him up? Okay, thanks. Okay, so what are you supposed to be doing? As I'm coming around handing back your rubrics to Zach, as I'm coming around handing you guys your rubrics, what do I expect you guys to be talking about? Your procedure, finishing up your procedure. What are you writing a procedure for? What, to test the toy car what? To find out the average speed and velocity of a toy car. Good. Okay, so I'm going to come give you guys the rubrics for this assignment now. Yes, Marcus? Are you all set with it? Okay, I don't see that Dean has anything down, so you come together as a group. Oh, yeah, you got a new sheet, so catch up with your group, Dean. Help him out, guys. That means you have to work. All right, here's a rubric for each of you for this assignment, okay? Can we? Cody, I see you seem to have the least. Let me see. Sorry, Wyatt, I'm going to borrow it. Okay, yeah, you guys have some work to do. Here's a rubric for each of you guys. Okay. Yeah. Here's a rubric for each of you. Here's a rubric for each of you. Okay,
thank you.
Did I give you guys a rubric?
No.
Okay. Here's a rubric for each of you. Okay.
Thank you. That's not me,
Okay. Yeah.
She said, yeah.
So, I don't like
Get her next year.
You don't understand?
I understand, but like I don't know how to like.
You get to draw portions of it.
You don't know how to write one? Okay, guys.
No, I don't know how to write. Like I don't know.
So here's my
add.
procedure. First,
Can I look at
get
yours?
a car.
No.
Get a car, a stopwatch, and a measuring stick. Okay. Good. You got me so far. Then what's next?
We predict our car's speed. Roll the car. Find its speed. Get 100 on a project and celebrate.
Okay, you're missing a few steps here. So yeah, you get a car, a stopwatch, and a measuring stick. I'm good with that. Okay, then number 2, push the car and measure how far it goes and the time it took to get there. Okay. Let's do some work on this step. So if I'm following this procedure exactly how you wrote it, I'm going to get the materials you said and then just push the car. No matter where I have it, I'm just going to be like, okay, here's the car. Bye. So what do you have to do? What do you have to do first?
Lay it on the floor.
Find an open path.
Lay on the
Okay.
floor, push it.
And make sure it doesn't go back into the
Where are you starting the car? Where are you pushing it
From
from?
the door.
We don't know.
From the door down to there.
I want to go out in the hallway.
What materials could you use to help you determine where you're going to? Look back there.
Centimeters there.
Yeah.
Why do you look at all the materials back there? There's one thing that you haven't mentioned. Tape.
Tape.
What are you going to do with the tape?
Mark it.
Set a line.
And that will be your
Finish line.
your starting line.
Starting
Okay.
line. That's
So
what I said.
I'd say that your second step is creating a start line with masking tape. Okay. All right. How are we doing over here?
Drawing on my paper inappropriately.
Okay. So Dean, I really need you to get the procedure down. Okay. Not. All right. Okay. If I see that out of
I
English.
didn't see it. It wasn't on silent.
Okay. All right. Put it away. All right. So did you get a start line?
No. Really?
Okay. So put a start and finish line. How do you know where the car is going to finish?
No.
So you're going to get the materials. You're going to put a start line. Then what are you going to do?
Mark where the car stops.
Well, but the car is still at the start line in your procedure.
Push the car.
Push the car. Push the car.
Groom the car.
Yeah, groom the car. Totally. It's got hair.
Guys, we're going to do this for 3 more minutes. So listen up. Listen up. We're working on this for 3 more minutes. So please. Okay, take a look at the participation section of your faith. Take a look at the participation section of your rubric. Well, then you can't look at yours. All right, this group. Okay, so someone's got to stop because I'm getting frustrated. All right, Cody, can you read what it takes to get a full score for participation under researcher? Cody, can you read this? Consistently
participated effectively in group work.
Okay, in order to get full credit on participation in this lab, I need to see that you are consistently participating effectively in group work. That means if you look up here on the board at group work expectations, you're giving thoughtful feedback, you're being respectful, you're on task all the time, which is not happening right now. You're using soft voices, you guys are doing a good job with that. You're participating actively and you're staying with your group. This is how you're being evaluated. So you have 3 minutes to show me that you can do this. I see some groups working and some groups not so much. Okay, you're writing a procedure for how you could calculate the average speed of a toy car. You're all capable of doing that without my help.
Yep.
So let's get back to it. You have a couple more minutes to work on this, okay? Nora, I'll come to you. Yeah.
We finished on Friday writing out all 7 steps.
Great. Step 1, make that. See the question, research it, start it. So, okay, what I'm looking for is specific to this experiment.
Oh.
So, it's good that you remembered all this stuff. But let's make it specific to this experiment. And let's start here. Okay? Start the experiment. What do you need to do to start this experiment?
Research it.
We're not going to be doing too much research.
We need to make a hypothesis about how far we think the car is going to go.
Yeah, you could do that. You don't necessarily have to make a hypothesis in this lab.
Okay.
We're just kind of we just want to figure out the average speed of a toy car.
Start the experiment.
Yeah.
Collect data, record, and make conclusions.
So how do you start this experiment? What do you need?
The toy car and the stopwatches and the ruler.
Yeah,
Whatever
you need. So
Yeah.
you would get materials and then in parentheses say what the materials are. Okay. What's the next step after you have the
And then
materials?
collect data.
Okay, but there's a whole, if I just got a procedure from you guys that said get materials and collect data, I would be like, well, what did they do though? I don't know how they collected their
And
data.
then you're gonna do your experiment.
Which
and
is,
then,
we have to set it up. So,
and then race the Hot Wheels car.
okay, good. So you're going to get the materials, and then you want to race the Hot Wheels car, right? You want to get the materials, race the Hot Wheels car. Am I right? All right. So where are you going to start racing from?
I don't know.
Look at your materials back there. What could you use to come up with a start line?
The ruler.
The tape.
I think the tape would be good.
Yeah.
No, that you could have used the ruler, but
the way.
it could move, and the tape is just going to stick on the ground. Okay. So first step, get materials. What's your second step?
Put the tape down, and then push the car, and then time it. And then
Time it until when? Until
it stops.
Yes. Good. You're on a roll. Get this stuff down. Yeah. What's up, Ashley? Cool. Roll the car in.
1 here, 2 there, 3, 4, 5, and then 6.
Okay. You need to get the materials, and then you list the materials. Okay. You need to estimate the time the car goes with the stopwatch. Is that 3? Okay, 4. You need to get the masking tape and meter strip to measure the distance of the car roll. Okay, roll the car on the floor. You need to start the stopwatch when you start to move the car. Good, this is really good. I'm going to add a few suggestions before you guys put it on the whiteboard, okay? So you list the materials, and then you say, you need to get the masking tape, and do what with the masking tape? What do you need to do with it? So you need to roll the car, right?
No, use the masking tape to start starting.
Yeah, use the masking tape to create a starting line. Okay, so add that.
What do you use for number 2? What do you do for number 2?
For number 2, you had, let me see what you had.
You're on the front.
Yeah, worry about that stuff later, Essie, not right now. Okay, so talk about the start line. And then you need to measure that. And then you're going to use the ruler to measure the distance the car rolled. Okay. When are you going to, you said you start the stopwatch when you move the car. When do you stop it? When the car stops moving. Yeah. And then you measure the distance from where to where? Yes, good. So can you get all that down in here? Good. Yep. Yeah, just sign out with you now. Okay. Yep. Can I see your procedure?
I believe these 2 should be done.
Yeah, now we are.
Gather materials.
Can I just sit over there?
No.
Make a, what does this say? Sorry. What does it say more?
I know.
Distance to push the car to.
Now, are you trying to push the car so that it lands at a certain spot?
No.
Like a distance where you're going to
Gather
end
materials.
Well, when are you going to end your, hold on.
Make a distance.
When are you going to measure, when are you going to stop the stopwatch?
When the car
It's the line.
When the car stops moving. Okay. So, do you need to make a track for the car to go on? No. What do you need to do? When do you need to do after you gather the materials? Where?
Make a surface.
There's already a surface made.
When you test the car, you don't want to go outside on the track versus if you did it right on the floor, because it would mess up.
What do you have to do before you push the car?
You have to measure the distance.
No.
You have to, before you push the, why would you measure its length?
Because then you know
That's
how
actually
far.
a critical part.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Let Dean finish his thought. What do you need to do before you push the car?
Before you push the car, you have to make sure you're not on something like the floor where it'll be bouncing up and down because of that.
Okay, so it's a smooth surface, but am I just going to start the car from anywhere, any old place? So
End of a table.
If you get a bouncy ball.
look at the materials. Look at the materials that you have available to you back there, and tell me what could you use to create a starting line.
You use tape.
Okay, good. So that should be your second step. Make a start line with tape.
Well, that's what make a distance mean. Distance
Not really.
start line.
Wait, stop trying to lie.
Start line with what?
Tape.
Okay. And then what do you do after that?
After that, we measure up the car with the tape on
Okay.
the back and wherever it is on the tape. And then
And then push it. Okay, so then the next step is push the car.
so So how far would we push it? Because if it's not on a...
You'll need to play with that a little bit, because if you push it too hard, since we don't have a track, it could like spin.
Out of control.
Yeah, and you want it to go straight so that you can measure the distance,
Can we
right?
make like a slope with a whiteboard?
A slope. We're not gonna have it go on a slope. We're just gonna have it go on a flat
No,
surface.
like just start it so it goes down a slope and then it keeps going. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So,
And then
when
like,
would
the
you?
starting line would be on the bottom, and then right when it gets here, you would start your timer.
So here, this is what I'll ask. Now, if that is a really good idea. If you're gonna do that though, Dean, I'm gonna ask. Hey, Dean.
This is the whiteboard, this is the car.
Hold on, fellas and ladies. If you are going to do that, what I would ask is, don't start it on a slope. Just start it behind the start line, and push it. And then when would you start the timer?
When it hits the line.
When it hits the line. Then when would you stop the timer?
So when it stops moving.
When
say if this
good.
is
So you need to get this all down here in your procedure.
Use this as a whiteboard, and then here's like when we want to start the timer. So the car's gonna go down here. As soon as the back wheel hits that, that's when we start the timer. The back wheel?
I'm just asking that you don't make it go down a slope first. That you just, if you're gonna do it that way, that you just start it on the ground behind the tape and push it and start. I don't want you to use a slope. Okay. How are you guys doing?
You have no electrician.
Okay. Guys, at this point, even if I haven't checked over your procedure, please put it on a whiteboard. So there's whiteboards in the back, and there are dry erase markers in the back as well. Okay.
Shut up, Dean.
Hey.
Oh my god.
So which of you clowns is going to go get the whiteboard?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to stop drawing inappropriate. He goes, you get to mark it. I'm like, you gotta get a whiteboard.
These two are ridiculous.
I want to move to my own game.
So this is what I'm going to say to you guys, that
We're not going to
you
get
want to focus on this participation part and the group work expectations, okay?
Okay, Faith needs to get on task.
Mark.
Inappropriately crying. I'm like, bigger than our.
All right, how are we doing over here?
No, that's not.
Okay, so what's your first step?
You got your type thingy.
Only the toy car?
No, and your tape.
So get all materials, right? Do we agree? Okay.
Cody, you should be writing these down.
Yep.
I don't want to.
Wait,
Well, Cody, here's the deal though. If you don't have anything down, then I'm grading your paper based on this rubric, so just know that, okay? Guys, can we please keep it down? You just need to get the procedure down in your whiteboard. Okay, guys. So we're not on task right now.
He was erasing my one.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful one.
Backwards.
It's backwards.
I'm writing. Why does it look so weird?
Here we go. There. Now it's both ways.
Okay.
Which one?
Get all materials. Yes, thank you, Miss Robbins.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Get all materials. Okay, step 2. What's your step 2? I think we talked about this on Friday.
Find out where you're starting from.
So, and how are you going to mark where you're starting from?
Tape.
Okay, so create a starting line with tape. Good.
Make starting line with masking tape.
Good.
I am so
Do you agree,
awake
Wyatt?
today.
Do you agree? I'm having a hard time staying awake too. Mondays are hard.
Don't.
I'll try to stay in bed.
Make starting line with
Masking tape.
masking tape.
That made
I
no
just
sense.
write tape.
Sure.
Lazy.
Okay, step 3. What's step 3? So let's.
Push my finger.
Wyatt, you got this. So far what you've done is you've got all of your materials. Now you've created a start line on the floor with masking tape. What's your next step? Well, you don't even need to do that. Because what are you measuring? You want to know the distance the car travels, right? No matter what distance that is.
How fast it goes?
So when are you going to start the stopwatch? Yep. Yes. Okay, when are you going to stop the stopwatch?
I'm gonna pass this to the finish line.
I want to make it go fast. Okay, Miss Cooper?
So you're going to we're not even making a finish line. You're just going to push the car, start it when it passes the start line, and then stop it when? When it stops, no matter where it stops. That's when does that make sense?
No matter where?
You just need to figure out the distance the car traveled, and it doesn't have to be a predetermined distance. Does that make sense? Okay, so what's the next step after you make the starting line? You have a toy car, and now whee! What's whee?
That's not what I meant. Launch it.
You launch it. You push the car.
That's not what I meant. I'm just saying I'm going to make that car fly way down the hallway.
Oh, we're doing it in the classroom.
What?
We're doing it in the classroom.
Dang it.
Well, and before you say and see how far it goes, then you launch the car, and what do you do at the same time? Or when do you start the stopwatch? And you start the stopwatch when? When do you start the stopwatch?
When it goes past.
Yes.
If you
Okay.
really want to see how far it goes, you got to do it in the hallway. It's a lot longer.
Yeah, we'll even do it in the hallway.
Well, it's going to be too disruptive if we do it in the hallway. So then you launch the car, and you start the stopwatch when?
When it goes past the start.
Good. Well, and we're talking about just starting the stopwatch now. Do that, Cody.
Walk it. That sounded weird. What? I said that sounded wrong.
Then you have to measure how far it went
Okay, then when do you stop the stopwatch?
after it stopped.
When it stops. So that should be your next step, right? Okay. Okay. There's markers in the back of the room.
I can't. Faith is being appropriate, and she's not writing anything down. She's just messing around with the whiteboard.
Okay. All I'll say is your participation rubric and your group work expectations. Okay. Guys, listen up. I'm going to be coming around and taking a picture of your procedure. Can I take a picture of it? I know it's not done yet. Can I take a picture of it so far? Not on tap. Okay. Christian, can I take a picture of your procedure? That's okay. That's okay. Move. Don't hit him, Chase. Please. All right. Ooh, this looks awesome. Good job, guys. Oh, this looks really good too. Can I take a picture of your procedure really quick, Ashley, even though you're not done? I just can't see. Just can you move your paper slightly so I can get the whole thing? Okay. Okay, this is looking really good, Nora. Are we all involved?
Yeah.
All right, sort of. Nora, can I take a picture real quick, even though you're not finished yet?
Like a little bit left off it because we were arguing. But
You were arguing. Are you not arguing anymore?
no, we're not.
Good. Okay, good. You are. I didn't know that. Okay, here's what's going on now. Listen up. Listen up. Listen up. Can I have everybody's attention? Shh. Okay, so my predicament is that you guys are not done yet, and I need to use these whiteboards for the next group. That's why I took a picture of all your whiteboards. So I will transfer your writing onto them, but right now I need you to actually erase what you wrote, and tomorrow I'll have them set back up for you, okay? Can I have a volunteer to please go around and collect all the whiteboards and collect the marker? 2 people. I need 2 people. Whiteboards, Azzy, markers.
want to see me writing faster than you?
I was gonna write.
Okay, please return to your original seats and put the chairs back if you moved any chairs. Original seat, Cody, and put your chairs back if you moved any chairs. Lavina, where that chair didn't go there.
Yeah, Cody moved his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of your day, guys.